Jackie specializes in providing innovative tax strategies and coaching programs to executive clientele for a high return on investment. She leads her own team of top-tier talent spanning across the U.S. So for people thinking about remote and remote life, this is Jackie's world. Okay, across the U.S., 100% virtual workflows, and is a top-rated speaker, business coach, social media influencer with thousands of students and followers. She served on things like the Intuit Tax Council, the Forbes Finance Council. Jackie, I don't know how you got in the Forbes Finance Council. I mean, you're amazing, but there has to be some like backstory on how you got that, because I just think that's unbelievable. That's super cool. I don't know many people on the Forbes Finance Council. Recent honors include 40 under 40 CPA advisor winner, as part of the American Institute of Certified Tax Coaches, and much more. And for fun, because like she has an abundance of free time, she's also getting a PhD, which maybe she'll talk about in this as well. But that's really, really cool. And congrats to you on taking that journey. So having said that, we're right at the hour. And look, before I hand it over to Jackie, a couple things. When you get great insights from today's summit, announce it. Let other people know. Use hashtag Cloud Accounting Summit. We'll go ahead and retweet it, share it, like it, star it. I don't know, clap it, whatever kind of thing is going on in social, we'll do it for you, and we'll share the message. And again, this is an action-packed summit. So every hour is like the hour you just experienced, with 2 talks and 2 tech talks. So having said that, Jackie, take us away.
Thank you, David. Love the purple glasses. That's one of my favorite colors. Hopefully everyone can see my slide on screen. So I've got 15 minutes to give you some jam-packed information on client retention and communication strategies. So grab something to write with and let's dive in. Then after our session, make sure and join my free Facebook group called Accounting Firm Influencers to continue our discussion. And you know as well as me that our knowledge is our power, therefore this content is copyright, not to be shared without consent. We're also not providing tax advice today. Okay, so you heard a bit about me from David. The gist is I'm a CPA firm owner for a decade. I converted my firm to value pricing around tax strategies about 4 to 5 years ago and became a speaker and a coach from that. And it's all history from there. So that's me. Let's talk about y'all. But before I do that, I want to introduce you to my team. This is the Meyer bunch. We've got 10 people now, 6 full-time equivalents virtually across the nation. We all met up for the first time in person last summer in Cabo. Even though we are completely virtual, it's important to treat them like family and have that family vacation. So key point here, your staff are like customers too, so treat them very, very well. Okay, let's dive into our content. And I will check the Q&A after the session. I'll be on for a little while, so post your questions there. I'll try to answer afterwards, or we can follow up after the whole summit. Now, do you sleep well at night, knowing that your clients are raving fans of yours? Or do you toss and turn, wondering if you'll lose the big fish to your competitors? I had a lot of sleepless nights running a traditional tax practice for half a decade. In fact, I wasn't sleeping at all during busy season. There was no time to focus on client retention, let alone to be creative. Fortunately, my passion and purpose aligned for Meyer Tax Consulting over the past few years when I was able to convert to value pricing around tax strategies. And I kept less than 100 clients, all of whom I adore. My revenue and time off tripled. Yes, both of those things tripled. And at that point, it became fun to go the extra mile for clients. Oops, let me go right back there. Okay. And last thing on this slide, did y'all know that your clients have a CLV, a customer lifetime value? So let's say you charge them $5,000 a year. You times that by their average lifespan with your firm of 20 years. That's $100,000 in lost revenue if you lose that client. From the opposite perspective, the Gallup poll that I post here in the slide, it costs 5 times as much to win a new client than to take care of an existing one. So let's take care of our existing ones. And I do that through my acronym called F.O.R.E.V.E.R. It is the most concise way to share the lessons I've learned along the way from a traditional tax firm over to this concierge CPA practice. These are proven strategies for landing and keeping your ideal dream clients. Let's start our acronym FOREVER with F, which is for fit. One size does not fit all in tax and accounting, and everybody is not for everybody. You have to serve the right kind of client. Now that will constantly evolve, but choose a lane or niche before you do get taken out. That's the future of our profession. That client for me is high net worth executives. It might be farmers for you at your firm. Then evaluate that client list annually to look at the top clients that you provide the most value to. But also identify the bottom ones that are not profitable or just not the right fit. So you're identifying the ones you love to work with and why, and make sure that your best practices revolve around that. And that's what I did in 2016 when I converted my firm from hourly to value pricing, and the results were incredibly positive. Now, take this exercise a step further, and instead of just defining your ideal client, define their ideal persona. Just like I interview a new staff member for being hungry, humble, and smart, I interview potential clients to be respectful, a kind person, and tech savvy. Those are kind of my non-negotiable traits these days for a clientele. The next letter in our FOREVER acronym is outstanding. Oh, outstanding. You're identifying your competitive advantages as a firm. My business coach, Chuck Bauer, helped me realize how to differentiate myself from other firms. So for example, we offer 24/7 emergency access. We have an ROI on tax strategies. We offer video and recorded communication that clients can watch anytime. We also help manage our clients' entire estate and financial teams. We use an urgency system. We use state-of-the-art technology like Jetpack, a custom practice management platform. We also offer free pickup, delivery, scanning services for local clients. Make a list of what makes you different as a firm and what's unique, and even those small things will add up. If you aren't sure, ask your clients what they appreciate about you. Get feedback and adapt to it. We did our very first, this is kind of embarrassing, but it was our first survey after 10 years as a firm. And I was so nervous. I'm not sure why, but we all get really nervous in our industry about this stuff. But the results I was overjoyed with. We got an average of 9.43 out of 10, which translates to an NPS score of 81. And if you don't know what that means, the average accounting industry score is 24. So 81 is very, very good. So we got to wow those clients, and we got to keep wowing them with outstanding customer service. Our next letter, and let me just pause real fast, make sure that I don't have any odd chat stuff going on here. It looks like we're okay. Awesome. Okay. Our next letter is R. For resource. Be accountable to your clients. Have someone at your firm assigned and dedicated to their needs. As president and founder of Meyer Tax, I had to let go of being the client's manager for every relationship. I was being a control freak, just like we all are. We're A-type personalities in this industry, right? But you cannot handle every single interaction and keep your sanity as a leader. So now each of my tax staff, we have 4 who are called project managers, have their assigned clients for day-to-day interactions. Set a standard turnaround time. So your staff is expected to acknowledge calls or emails within 24 hours like we do. And then make it a key performance indicator or KPI that you measure with your team. Next up is E for empathy, or being empathetic. Taxes are scary, y'all. As tax accountants, we become immune from that hair on fire feeling when an IRS letter arrives, but the client may not be trained to yet. Put yourself in their shoes, support them through every season of life. Celebrate their new baby, send sorrowful condolences when a parent dies. Work through their fears by training them to understand there aren't really that many true accounting and tax emergencies. Mail them handwritten notes, say happy birthday. It's those little things that really add up. The next letter is V for being valuable and showing your value. Can you show your client their return on investment in you and your firm? The concept of value pricing has become pretty convoluted in our profession. I know Ron Baker will give us all some wonderful insights later this afternoon I'm excited about. But we all need to take a step back and refocus on the numbers here. When developing tax strategies or outsourced CFO work, any consultative service, you can easily estimate a cash value for that service. And then, of course, everything else is icing on the cake, all this other stuff that we're jam-packing into our client retention techniques, right? Meyer Tax actually won't even work with a client if we can't find at least 200% return on investment upfront in their tax strategies. We point that out during our work. We review that year to year with a client. It's way too costly otherwise to waste each other's time. And we're actually developing out a tax planning app right now. I'm really excited about it. It's in development stage, but it shows that ROI and continues to show that ROI to our clients. E is for engaging. For heaven's sakes, be someone the client wants to be around. There's a time for bad feelings like frustration, but it's not in a client meeting or in this webinar right now today. I am an extreme introvert, but I have an innate passion, can you tell, for tax strategies and coaching. So I can turn that on in a moment. I add joyfulness when I can on top of that. Figure out a way to connect positively with your clients and staff. When you come across an article that's helpful to them, whether it's tax related or about coffee beans they love or traveling, send it to them. Send their new puppy a note and a bone congratulating them on a wonderful choice of parents. During the pandemic, we offered free virtual town halls weekly for clients to ask all those pressing questions that tend to be pretty repetitive about PPP. And a client at the end of one session said to me and the whole group, "I now know we are going to be okay thanks to you. And I don't know if I can ever top that." Then our last letter, R, is for revolutionary. So at QuickBooks Connect last year, where I spoke on tax strategies, and I hope to see you all at the next one, if we have a next one this year, TBD with social isolation, right? But Michael McQueen, one of the keynote speakers, said, think revolution, not evolution. There's a place for that, but it ain't gonna cut it. I've noticed that key changes in firms tend to happen every 3 years or so. Unfortunately, most small firms don't have support during those times. Having a business coach or mentor changed my life so much that I became one. I dedicate most of my time to that now. A coach forces you to constantly reevaluate your processes and hold you accountable for positive change. So if you think I am insane for proposing that you have time to do any of these forever acronym items, then it is really time for you to take a good hard look at your firm, your health, and your life. Sit down with a coach or mentor and start the revolution for yourself, because it is possible. I did it myself. For further coaching, Chuck and I can schedule a one-on-one complimentary call. The easiest way to get a hold of us is to go to our website, theconciergecpa.com, fill out the 3-minute application form, and then it links over to my eCal to schedule a one-on-one right away. We have our next small group mastermind starting May 7th, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time for 6 months. We discuss 18 vital topics to becoming a firm of the future, whether you're virtual or not already. So we would love to have a couple more people join us there. We have 10 already. We're going to accept a few more. And don't forget to join my free Facebook group. So in conclusion, I hope that this session, although quick, was a blessing to you today. I'm wishing you and yours the best during what has been the most challenging tax busy season in my lifetime of 36 years. And it didn't even have anything to do with taxes, right? It all had to do with our pandemic, the CARES Act, and being an advocate for our client. But there's always hope for a brighter future. Thank you, David, for providing us with a day of hope. And take care, everybody. That's all I got.
I love it. Thanks so much, Jackie. I mean, some amazing takeaways. And by the way, everybody in the chat, can we say thank you to Jackie? Can we just type it in right now? If you enjoyed anything from today's talk, go ahead and type it in. A couple takeaways for me. I like that you said you could train your clients on what constitute as an emergency. They don't know what one is. You do. Tell them that. This is, hey, for everybody listening, I think the third presentation out of maybe 4 that have said turnaround time, turnaround time. So I think that was a good takeaway. And the final thing I'll mention is be someone clients want to be around. I thought that was phenomenal. So thank you so much, Jackie. We're going to be linking up your coaching program and the redemption page. Thank you so much for coming on, and really, really appreciate the time you spent today.